Oh, hi. I'm David Letterman, and as you can see, I'm not in the studio now. I'm still vacationing out here at my country home. But don't worry, NBC has got a great new late night for you tonight, and for the first time, there'll be a guest host in my place. Now, I'm not sure who it is, but NBC has such a vast pool of talent to draw upon. I'm sure it'll be someone that you'll really enjoy. In fact, this should be such a good show tonight. I'm awfully sorry I can't be there myself, but of course that would be impossible since I'm all the way out here, a good 30 minutes from the city. So I'm going to sit back and enjoy the show just like you, and, well, we'll see you folks tomorrow.
From New York, a city where a bus mogul can grow up to host his own talk show, it's Late Night with David Letterman. David's guest host tonight is Larry Bud Melman. Bud's guests are physical fitness experts Jack and Elaine LaLanne, $20 lottery winner Tony Creaney, and the producer of Gizmo, Howard Smith. Also, a look at new gift items and international symbols. And now, a man who's using the money from tonight's show to fix the air conditioning on Melman bus number 2, Larry Bud Melman!
Humans we've assembled here tonight. Welcome to another time-filled extravaganza. I can promise you a show tonight that's jam-packed with seconds and minutes. By the end of the program, you're going to feel you've had something like a full hour of television watching by anybody's clock. And now about this suit. Sears back-to-school collection. Well, I've got a cheap joke here. What do you think? Should I do it? Have you heard about the controversial new toy being introduced this week? Anatomically correct Gumby doll. I knew that wasn't going anywhere. Well, don't let what's transpired here throw you. This is actually a comedy show, and what an extravaganza it is, ladies and gentlemen. Wake the kids, phone the neighbors. This show's the reason television was invented. Our guests tonight are physical fitness experts Jack and Elaine LaLanne. A man who won the New York State Lottery for $20, Tony Creaney. And the producer of the film Gizmo, Howard Smith. And if that's not enough, and by gosh, don't you think it should have been? We also have a look at new gift ideas. First, say hello to Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous band. Hello,
Paul. Yeah, well, thank you. Listen, you are just a little bit of terrific. I've always loved this whole Melman thing. I've thought it was hysterical right from the beginning, because you are nuts. You are a wild man. I love your buses. I love your whole... You are the mighty, mighty Bud Melman.
Thank you. Hey, Hiram's not wearing any shoes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he is. Can we get a shot of those bare feet?
He's wearing shoes. You just showed them.
Oh. Well, let's get on with the show. But first, say hello to Paul and the band. Each day as I walk to work here at Rockefeller Center, I notice new items being sold by the city's sidewalk vendors. Peddlers who only hawk pretzels and T-shirts are finding they now must offer something extraordinary to attract jaded New Yorkers. We've assembled here just a few of these offbeat gifts, which are actually being sold on Manhattan streets. to first item. This lovely embroidered scarf does double duty. In winter, it keeps you toasty warm, and in summer, it reminds you what foods spoil without refrigeration. Tuna salad, deviled ham, flan. They're all here. Gosh, we're having fun now. Here's a perky gift for that depressed pal who's at the end of his rope. This cute ceramic mug expresses a daydream. I'd rather be dead. What a wacky item. For big fun at your next party, you'll want the hangman's swizzle stick. Black Bart may be a low-down horse thief, but he'll be plumb happy to mix your drink. Realistic death throes amaze and disgust party boozers.
Push the button.
Oh. All righty. There we go. Finally, they're here. Lifelike replicas of internal organs. Perfect for recovery room pranks. Leave one of these in a patient's bed and they'll think the surgeon forgot to put something back. Ladies and gentlemen, my son Troy pulled this joke on me last spring when I had a stomach operation. I was in stitches. Get it? Stitches. Now things are getting silly. Yeah. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna work this now. We'll have this going in a minute, I think. Or will we? Oh, yes, Sylvie. Oh. Glasses, they're not working. Oh, no. Sorry, this item is...
Just slip it right on your head.
Like this? Okay. Oh, here we go. What a breakthrough. Lifetime glasses. These remarkable glasses let you update lens prescriptions yourself as your vision changes. Never go to the eye doctor again. Say, I should get a pair of these. No, seriously, I should. Here's something festive to brighten any kitchen. The sardine kitchen tapestry depicts the steps involved in eviscerating sardines, from ocean to can. There's no nicer anniversary gift. Here we see stunning, beheading, gutting, lining them up, oiling, and cramming them into little cans. Isn't this fun? Okay, now here we go. Here's a great gag to play on that state trooper who pulls you over for speeding. It's a squirting star registration. He'll be so surprised he may even go for his gun. But don't worry, he'll be laughing so hard he won't be able to shoot straight. Oh, there's only one more. That's too bad. I like playing with these. In Mexico, it's El Knob Grande. Here in the U.S., we call it the giant phony doorknob, and it's a panic. The oversized jumbo knob is much larger than it ought to be. It's just plain big. In fact, it's way out of proportion. Just yell, come on in, and wait for the fireworks. Talk about a massive doorknob, it's much more sizable than it need be. So big, in fact, you could call it a joke. We'll be right back with Jack and Elaine LaLanne. My first guests tonight are a couple whose last name has become a synonym for physical fitness. They now have their own syndicated TV show, and they're in New York right now for the General Foods Up America program. Welcome, please, Jack and Elaine LaLanne.
Hey, what a great group. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Do you resent all the recent fitness experts like Richard Simmons?
Do I do what?
Do you resent all the recent fitness experts like Richard Simmons?
How could I resent anyone or anything that's doing good for people. If anyone that can get people to exercise and get to eat properly, I'm with them 100%. We need more Richard Simmons, more Jane Fondas, more people to educate the people and motivate them and stimulate them. I'm all with it 100%.
Oh, and do you do any pumping iron?
I lift weights an hour and a half every day of my life. Then after that, I swim 2 miles. I work out from 4 to 6:30, 7 days a week.
Doesn't give you much time for anything else,
Right.
does it? Are you still getting up real early every day, Jack?
Yes, every morning, 4
He
o'clock.
rolls out and I roll over.
How many hours sleep do you get?
Maybe average about 4 or 5. See, the better
Elaine?
shape you, the less sleep you need.
Oh, I see. Oh, never having done it.
Yeah.
Elaine, do you also get up at 4 in the
No,
morning?
I just told you I roll
Oh,
out and
right.
he rolls
Right.
out and I roll over. I tell you,
Oh.
I get up at 6.
Well, don't you ever get bored exercising?
No, not really. It's the results that count.
Okay.
In other words, we like to get out there and do it and get it over with and on with the day.
Oh. When you were growing up, did your family exercise a lot?
My family? My family was born, I was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and there we didn't, yay! No, we didn't do too much exercising in those days.
Were you always involved in fitness, Jack, even as a kid?
Well, I was a sick boy up till 15, and 15 years of age, I dropped out of school for 6 months because I was so weak and skinny, and it was during this time that I attended a health lecture. And that's when I started. When I was 15, I've been at it ever since.
Oh. In the early days, weren't people embarrassed to be seen going to your gym?
But the connotation, the word that Jack LaLanne had in the San Francisco Bay Area when I started my first health spa in 1936, well, you know, people weren't into physical fitness then. They thought I was some kind of a nut, some kind of a crackpot, you know, trying to get people to exercise and take vitamins, so it was kind of frowned upon. But then as the years went by, people became more into physical fitness. Now it's a big status thing.
Very interesting.
Thank God.
And then you had the first TV exercise show.
Right. I've been on television now 30 years. I started in about 1951. I've been on television ever since.
Oh,
5
congratulations.
days a week.
And you have a TV series again?
Oh, yes. It's called Jack, LaLanne, and You. It's a whole new format, a whole new theme. Everything about it is different. We do aerobics. We have people on the show working out with us, and it's give nutrition tips. But it's a fast-moving, no-nonsense exercise show out of Los Angeles.
Are you healthier than the average person? Do you
I
get
hope
colds
so.
very often?
You know what? I'll tell you one thing. When I get out of shape, I'm going on radio.
Yeah, but nobody will see you then.
But they'll hear me.
Oh. Tell us some of the incredible feats you performed to celebrate your birthday.
Well, it started way back on my 40th birthday, I guess it was. I swam from Alcatraz prison to San Francisco handcuffed. Then on my 60th birthday, I pulled a 1,000-pound boat. I was handcuffed and shackled from Alcatraz to San Francisco. Then on my 65th birthday, I towed 65 boats, a mile and a half, handcuffed and shackled in Tokyo.
6,500 pounds.
Yeah. Then another one of my birthdays, I broke the world's record in push-ups. I did 1,033 push-ups. Then another birthday, I did 1,000 chins and 1,000 push-ups in an hour and 22 minutes.
Oh. Well, we'll be right back with more of Jack and Elaine LaLanne. Jack?
I'm one day younger than I was yesterday. No, I'm 67.
My God.
What is age? Age is
Irrelevant. Yeah.
just a number.
Exactly.
Right here in the condition of your body.
Exactly.
You know, I'd hate to be dead. You know, life is exciting and thrilling.
Sure
If you're in shape.
Yes, exactly.
Don't you feel that way? Look at all these people out there. Like, man alive, you're half dead.
How'd you like to wake up and find yourself dead?
Well, I wrecked my image. Do you exercise at all?
Very little.
Would you like to do it?
As you can see.
Okay, I'll tell you. You have a little bit too much on here, right?
I would say, yes.
How would you like to depot yourself? We'll show you right now.
All right.
Okay, I want you to lie down on your back.
Do I need my glasses off?
Just lie down on your back. Leave your glasses on. We won't reduce your glasses.
Oh, okay.
You just lie down on your back.
Okay.
Okay. All right here. Put your feet up on the chair.
Oh, my God.
Feet up here. Is he here? Now.
Oh, no.
Now, for you folks that are home and you in the audience, this is one of the great exercises to get rid of your pot. Now, give me your hand. Now, you got on the other side of you. Now, just sit. Now, touch your tape. Over. Up. Now, down. Come on, up. Now, that's enough. Come on, up. That's enough.
Thank God for that. Wait a minute.
Hey, oh!
I don't want Bud to overtrain.
Fine.
Elaine,
All right.
now I want to show you this, and this is the exercise that helped Elaine to reform her body. You know, proportion her body. She took 3 inches off her waistline about, put 3 inches on her chest, and she gained about 15 pounds when I first met her. She completely reproportioned herself. And I'm going to show you the exercise that really helped to firm her hips and her waist. And if you out there have a problem with the waist or hips, I want you to practice this exercise every day. It's great.
you to do it
Okay,
after
lie down.
me.
Yeah, come on. No, lie down on your back.
On my back.
No, your feet up here.
Huh? Oh, here.
Like this, what he was doing. I'll come and show you.
Let's rehearse this.
Okay. Now, come up. Now, come up and just touch your toes. Right.
Okay.
Now, exhale as you come up. Exhale.
This is what you were supposed to
Inhale.
I realize that.
Now, see, you can do this on this. A great
You would need
exercise for
2
the middle.
shows for this.
Now, from here, when you get tired of those, see, that took care of everything here. Now we're going to firm the old backside. That gets rid of that awful disease called flabby seat-itis. This will really firm the old tush. Now, down, up, down. Now, slow, smooth, up,
All right, well,
down,
I'm trying to keep it.
up,
I'm trying to keep
down,
it.
up, down, up, down, up. Come on. Now, a couple more sit-ups. Up, now down, come on, up, and down, come on, up.
Okay.
Now, a couple more arch-ups. Come on, later.
All right,
Up,
okay.
down. Now, there's one for the front of you and one for the back of you. You can do that all along. Okay,
All right,
ready?
can I get it
Terrific. Now,
All right.
if you want to do something great, now for your chest, maybe your chest is flabby and the back of your arms are flabby, then we do this little movement here. You get down on here, you get on your fingertips, and keep your arms and
Can you
legs
do that,
very
Bud?
straight. Then you just start pushing up, see?
That's fingertip push-ups.
I get down.
Yay!
I'll never get up.
That's terrific.
I'll never get up again.
Then we got a great exercise for you advanced guys and gals. This, I call this a jackknife. This will really help to take inches off your middle and firm up your back. It's like this.
Okay. All right.
2,
Are you ready for that,
3.
Bud?
No, I'm not. He makes it look like it's nothing at all.
I know.
Hold
Okay.
it there. Now down and up, down. Right.
All right. Now, what are we going to do to depot Bud? Can you do something in the chair for
Yeah,
him?
sit right down in the chair.
Okay, Bud.
Yeah.
Well, be right back. Thank Jack and Elaine for being guests on this show.
Well, thank you, Bud.
It's been a real pleasure. Oh, yeah.
We'll see you all in Shape of America.
Welcome back. I hope you're all stay tuned. We've got a great next half hour coming up. I'm going to bring out a Melman bus and demonstrate how to change the oil. Then for the young people watching my son, Troy will be out with his rock and roll band, and they'll play something with a very lively...
Is this it? Hi. We're going to, what are we doing? We're going to pause? We're going to pause. We'll be back. Coming up in our second half hour, we have more fun than humans should be allowed to have. Not only that, Gizmo producer Howard Smith will be joining us, and also a recent winner of the New York State Lottery, Tony Creaney, will be joining us. We'll be right back.
This is Larry Bud Melman with another one of my 5 reasons to ride Melman buses. Reason number 2, children. We realize that small children get cranky on long bus trips, so we've made sure that kids traveling on Melman buses are properly entertained. Children are free to play in the luggage racks and to run up and down the aisles if they want. They're also welcome to sit with the driver. Sure, some of our drivers like kids and may even let them drive for a few miles. Melman buses, because your children are the next generation of Melman bus riders.
Anything interesting happened while I was gone? Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, and just let me take a minute here to thank our guests, Jack and Elaine LaLanne. Let's all say that, shall we? Jack and Elaine LaLanne. Something about those names, just plain fun to say. Jack and Elaine LaLanne, ladies and gentlemen. Also, my thanks to, you know him, you love him, you can't live without him, a recent graduate of the Columbia School of Broadcasting, Larry Bud Melman, for filling in. And, of course, I guess we've introduced Paul. Paul, how are you? Did you have a nice vacation?
Oh, I had a lovely... I was in Bermuda.
But I don't want to hear about Paul's trip. No. Maybe another time we'll hear about Paul's trip to Bermuda. Coming up in this next half... Oh, coming up in this next half hour, we have a winner of the New York State Lottery. Tony Creaney is here, and also the producer of a wonderful motion picture entitled Gizmo, Howard Smith. He will be here. And now I'm going to do one of these, if you don't mind. Do we have time for this now? You know, we've all seen the international symbol for no smoking. Here it is right here in my right hand. These symbols were developed to help travelers, no matter what language they speak, obey the local laws. I'm sure Paul saw these in Bermuda. So, here once again are a few new international symbols that you're going to be seeing in months to come. These will be posted at every taxi stand in Manhattan. Caution, your driver has no idea where he is or where he's going. Taxi stands everywhere. Now, here's one you'll be seeing on the beaches this summer. Caution, beautiful women who wouldn't go out with you in a million years. I know, I've seen that one. Oh, that's nice. I like that, Steve. Thank you. This one is long overdue. No cute gravestones. Here's one that should be posted on every dance floor in the country. Don't sing the words in your partner's ear. Yeah, I think that's a darn good idea. Here's one to be posted in every movie theater lobby in North America. Danger, another cameo appearance by Burgess Meredith. Here's one the hot dog vendors in New York will soon be required by law to post. It means it's probably some kind of meat. Kind of meat there. Here's one designed for the thousands of tourists that visit New York City every year. Please do not feed the bag ladies. This one will be seen in high school homerooms, college frats. That would be fraternities. Boy, that word looks funny when it's shortened down to frats. This one will be seen in high school homerooms, college fraternities, and local variety shows. Danger, people who think they're funny. Yeah, I didn't think that was going anywhere. Let's see. This one you'll be seeing in department stores, bookstores, toy stores, everywhere. No more Annie products. Larry Bud wasn't too bad, was he? Pretty good. Here's a new one. It means roughly, whatever those antenna things are, take them off. Darn good idea, and not a minute too soon. And finally, here's one that has my personal endorsement. Positively, no more guest hosts. All right? We'll be back. to talk to New York State Lottery winner Tony Creaney and also Paul about his trip to Bermuda. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the show. What a magic evening it is so far. Everyone enjoys a fairy tale that comes true. Well, tonight we have one of those fortunate few upon whom Lady Luck has smiled in a big way. Actually, just no S-H in that word, C-H. Smiled in a big way. Please welcome a recent winner of the New York State Lottery, Mr. Tony Creaney, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here, and congratulations. How long ago did you win the lottery?
In May.
In May. So, yeah. So, what would that be? Oh, not too long ago, would it? To get a little background on you, what did you do for a living before you won the lottery?
I was with the New York City Police Department.
And how has your life changed since you won the dough?
Well, I had a headache the next morning.
And you're now retired, I understand?
I'm retired,
yes. Yeah. And for the folks who maybe missed it at the top of the show, exactly how much money did you win?
$20.
$20. It's amazing. Of course, I guess right after you heard from the Internal Revenue Service, and they kind of swooped down on you?
Next day.
Yeah, the next day. Now, how much of that did you actually get to keep? Of course, you hear the figure $20, and you think, yeah, well, sure, he doesn't get to take that much home.
When they heard I was retired, they let me keep the $20.
So you got the whole thing, huh?
Yes.
That's very good. Now, you'll have to report that next year, though, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Yeah. How has this changed your life?
I plan to celebrate the next time I win.
Are you going to enter again, you think?
Yes, I still buy the lottery tickets.
Now, what did you do to celebrate when you won the first time?
Well, I had one out that evening to pick up the papers. Stopped at the corner of the candy store, bought the paper, bought the ticket, and when a few friends heard I had won the $20, we retired to the local bar and restaurant.
Yeah. And big blowout?
It was a long night.
Long night. And what did the bill come to? Do you remember exactly?
Well, the next morning I was shy $50.
So you lost a little in the. Have you always been a lucky person?
No.
Yeah. Now, do you still ride subways, for example?
Not as often.
Yeah. Gee, this is just you're the first person I've ever met who actually won the lottery. Now, how often had you been entering it before you hit the big jackpot?
Well, when I stopped to pick up the paper, or I was in the candy store, I usually picked up a few of the lotteries.
And do you have a family?
Yes, I do.
And they must be thrilled.
My wife didn't know about it.
Your wife doesn't know about it?
Well, she didn't know about it.
Oh, didn't know about it. Yeah. What was her reaction now?
She didn't know about it till I was coming here.
Let me get this straight. You won the lottery in May, and the first your wife found out about it was today?
Yes.
Well, she must be bowled over by the, yeah.
She was. She's still recovering.
Yeah, well, this is, now, were you hounded after you won the money with people looking to sell you anything, investments, life insurance?
No, I had a few phone calls, but nothing, nothing big.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Gee, I can only say I hope lightning strikes again someday. And thank you very much for being here to share with us this wonderful story, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Creaney, recent lottery winner. We're going to pause. We'll be back to talk with Gizmo producer Howard Smith. Thank you very much. Welcome back to our program. My next guest has been here on several occasions. He's an Academy Award-winning filmmaker with such movies as Marjo and Gizmo, to his credit, and he's also a columnist with the Village Voice here in New York City. And here with some more great footage from that motion picture, Gizmo, is our guest, Howard Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Howard, thanks for getting back again. I feel silly doing this, but there are people maybe who have not seen the film, and every time you come, let's reestablish what it is exactly that they would see in Gizmo.
Okay. Gizmo is a film about inventions and about inventors, but it's not what I would call a very deep, serious movie that shows all the little ins and outs about the technology. It's more about the spirit of inventors and the idea that a lot of people had to fail for there to be successes. It's kind of a tribute to the bravery of inventors everywhere for having taken the chance at feeling foolish at what they did.
Now, this seems like a lot of research work to assemble all of this footage. How big a staff
I had
was
32
working?
Researchers at one point,
And this is
all over the world, looking through just thousands of little pieces of footage about inventors.
Is it true that certain members of your staff or somebody had to wear gas masks when doing research for this? And if so, why? I'm not sure I understand
Well, what
that.
happens is with very old film footage, it disintegrates and turns into a kind of a gas, nitrite gas. And in an underground ex-ammunition place in southern France, we found a lot of footage. And in opening the cans, some of them had turned to this, had disintegrated, and it can be quite deadly. And actually, first what these people did is they let a specially trained dog into the place, and the dog would sniff out which cans seemed to be disintegrating first.
I've seen
Also,
that
to
done at
chase
parties,
rats
by the
out.
way, yeah.
Especially in France.
What's the oldest piece of film you came across that was later put in your movie?
1917.
All right.
And it was a truck that walks.
A walking truck. Yeah. We have some footage. I don't know if it's the 1917 stuff. What are we going to see here first, Howard?
Well, the first couple of pieces of footage are about sleep devices. Very, very common category. People were always trying to figure out ways to get up faster, to stay asleep better, and that's what this is.
Okay, so this will be, as he said, sleep devices. Watch the monitors here in the studio. Go to a neighbor's house at home.
You can't even get any sleep around here. That's lots better.
Here he is years later, a grown man on the same corner, turning in yet another false alarm.
As you mentioned also, that we had some security devices in there. Also, the numbers you saw across the screen, we don't know what those are. Probably cost you thousands of dollars to have them removed. No, those were time code on your movie.
That's right.
For editing purposes, I guess?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you run across a lot of fakes, or were most of these legit?
I ran across a lot of fakes, but I didn't use them, except there was a device that when we figured it out, we left it in the movie. It was a dry cleaning store, but it was really a swimming pool. But what it was is you'd see these people with their dirty clothes walk down into the swimming pool, and they come out the other side with clean clothes, all dry. And what it was just a cameraman in Budapest who had some fun. He had everybody walk backwards.
Mm-hmm. So you had been duped, but left it in anyhow.
Yeah, we left it in because it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And we tell everybody.
What do we have some more film here?
Yes.
This is?
Well, sports.
Mm-hmm.
Another big area where people always especially try to teach other people how to do something faster with a device than without a device. And I think that kind of thing still goes on today.
All right, so these will be sporting devices. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're scoring at home, sporting devices.
Fashion had nothing to do with these unusual basketball sneakers. The designer who made these height equalizers just wanted to give his favorite team the winning edge. When it came down to teaching the finer, more subtle movements of a sport, some inventors really believed machines could teach technique with more precision than a pro. It wasn't unusual for designers of new sports equipment to undergo a demonstration like this one in 1932. Because when you have a new idea, it often takes more than proof to change minds. It takes time.
Come on. Watch it down.
Pretty peculiar. Did you ever meet any of these folks?
No. I did get some phone calls every now and then from the children of some of these inventors, where the inventors are primarily passed away already. But their children, and it was great because I'd get a phone call and they would say, I just saw your movie last night at the theater, and all of a sudden, my father appeared. Where did you get that footage?
Yeah. Were they pleased to see their relatives running into brick walls and so forth?
Very much so.
I think you told us this once before, but what was the most common invention or device that you ran across in your research?
Spaghetti forks. Everybody invented spaghetti forks, it seems. You know, and almost always it throws the spaghetti against the wall.
Not practical at all. Huh?
No, not at all.
We have time for one more bit of film, Howard. If you can tell us what this is, we'll get right to it.
Well, this kind of footage you can look at now is really my favorite. It's where the inventors really explain what they're doing.
Okay, so they're just selling the device or pointing out why you need one. Okay.
This is my invention. It will age every liquor 100 million times faster than nature. This process is not chemical, but physical, and is the pleasing result of 25 years' work. It is a 2 months old whiskey. Mr. Knight, will you face as the expert? Now I will this whiskey push through the apparatus. And will age the whole bottle. This product goes now through the different tubes and is in electrical way treated. Until reach this point, here is the stuff through condenser cooled off and came 100 million times aged out. Now, Mr. Knight, the process is finished. I will give you a sample to taste. I would like to. I would call that a wonderful glass of aged whiskey. Here is how.
Had it not been for the splendid cooperation of my wife and partner, I would never have been able to have launched this project.
This project has not been an exception to the persecution of the experts. David Graham Bell going to jail because he said he could talk over a wire from town to town. Marconi going to an insane asylum because he said he could communicate without a wire. New occasions teach new duties, they say. Time makes ancient ways uncouth. We must upward still and onward if we keep abreast of truth.
You know, That may look like a silly invention, but boy, they make a lovely couple, don't they? The motion picture, of course, is Gizmo, and is it playing again? Has it been re-released?
Well, at this point, it's playing the college circuit. It's already played the regular theater circuit, and it's playing all over Europe now.
Terrific. Thank you very much for coming back to see us.
Thank you.
Howard Smith. Stay right there, Howard. We'll pause, but we'll be right back. We'll just have a brief second. I wanted to thank Larry Bud Melman for being my first guest host. You did a fine job, Larry.
Thank you very much.
Now, this might be interesting to folks looking in. Where does a guy like you go after a show like this to kind of unwind? Where, one of those all-night places in Soho, or?
You hit it.
That's where you're going to be?
Exactly.
Well, have a good time.
Thank you very much.
And come back and see us again anytime you like. I want to thank the rest of the folks who participated in tonight's show. First of all, what a wonderful studio audience. We get the best-looking humans on the face of the earth in here. And no, you can stay right there. Don't sneak out. Also, my thanks to Mr. Howard Smith, Paul Creaney, the lottery winner, Jack and Elaine LaLanne, and, of course, Bill Wendell, our announcer, Paul Schaefer, and the orchestra. Tomorrow night, Charlie Daniels will be here, and novelist Louis L'Amour. Have a good night. Thank you, and good night.
This has been a Melnor production.
Melman.
Melman production.